Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge and wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it always taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to porn. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation of gods and earth, to all the human families of the planet Earth. I am DJ K-Wise Allah, aka Kato the Black Superhero. Peace, what's good? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's jump right into it because we're going to do it. So before we get even started, let me bring on my co-host with the muscles. We got a good one for you this evening. Let's get it, y'all.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace.
Peace to Allah's 5% nation of gods and earths. Peace to all the followers and subscribers. Make sure that you're sharing this here because it's going to be live and direct in a minute. We got my homeboy from down the way on the show today. All you trail riders, all you Southern Soul artists, check in because we got the Big Yayo in the building. Bring them on, Kay.
Yes,
What's
sir.
the business, gentlemen?
What's good? What's good?
What's going on, baby?
Hey, man, it's about that time.
Yeah, man, it's about that time, man. We've been trying to do it for a couple of months now.
Yeah, man, we've been trying to get it in, but now we finally here. So, we're going to get into it.
Oh, yeah, we definitely going to get into it. And I love it, man, because, it's a Mississippi thing again today.
On that note, look here, I'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby, by the end of this, you're gonna want to be from Mississippi, man. Ain't no family down here, baby. We're gonna make you a transplant, man.
Look here, baby, right there. That's
hey.
I get it.
He don't know nothing about that. Yeah.
He gonna learn today.
I'm gonna learn today. All right.
We gonna learn today.
You know me, I'm gonna pull in the back and I'll be right back, yo.
No doubt. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, today this show is gonna be phenomenal. But right now, I want my brother Big Yayo to go ahead and introduce himself to those who don't know who he is, or those who've been sleeping under a rock, because Big Yayo is the man right there. So, Big Yayo, my brother, could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, it's your boy Big Yayo, man. Officially checking in. All my country kin, you know how we do it, man. Residing here in the great state of Mississippi. They call me the ambassador or the trail boss of this little country thing we call trail riding. So, hey, man, I'm just glad to be with these brothers. Glad to share this story. Glad to, thankful for you guys to share your platform with me, man. I really appreciate all that.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. It's definitely a pleasure. I wanted to get into, when did you start with trail riding?
Man, I've been doing it all my life. The thing about it, it's not a thing per se. It's a thing that's kind of popular with. It's getting more and more popular abroad now, but it's a way of life, man. We've always rode four-wheelers. We've always rode horses. Just kind of, we kick it up in the woods, So it's a way of life. So chances are, if you were brought up in the South, from sitting around, what we call sitting around the barrel in the wintertime, from stuff like, just a lot of stuff, man. So I've been doing it my whole life, but as the music started to talk a little bit more and shed a little bit more light on what we do, it's starting to become what they call quote unquote a thing, and it's really taking over the world because you go everywhere, man. We're invited to go all over the country. I'm actually headed out to Jamaica in April to bring that message, good trail ride, even out to countries like Jamaica. So it's just amazing, man. So short answer, I've been doing it all my life.
Now, we talk about Southern Soul, and there's a umbrella with Southern Soul where we talk about trail ride, we're talking about the blues, we're talking about soul in that genre of music, and Zydeco. I don't want to slight Zydeco in that.
Exactly.
What was it about trail ride music that was more appealing to you instead of the soul music, or because you could do both?
Yeah, the thing about it, I do them both. It's just the trail riding portion of it, because we do everything. When you're doing it, we do blues, southern soul. Trail riding is kind of like a new derivative of everything that's going on. But trail riding is kind of like the fun to it all. The blues is the heartache. I'm crying in a pitcher of beer type of stuff. The southern soul aspect, if blues and R&B had a baby, it would be southern soul. But trail ride and even the Zydeco, it's the party of it. We get active over here in the trail ride. It's about big machines, big trucks, big bikes. Some people have $500,000 bikes out here, man. So it's the fun of it. It's being outside. It's the camaraderie of communing with other individuals, men, women, and it's something for everybody. One thing what really impressed me with trail riding when I got into it, of course, the original trail riders was a way when people would have problems in their life. Say like the husband might have passed away. All the real cowboys, they would form a trail ride and go down and ride over there to go take that widow or that family something. So it came from that. So along that way, they were having fun. They would camp out. They were doing a lot of different things. So the derivative of it came from, we started getting into the mechanized machines, and that really kind of brought in that whole fun side of it.
Okay. I'm not sure what happened. We blazed out, but we're gonna be right back.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask this right here since I haven't had the
Get
pleasure.
because I just got kicked out.
Okay. I haven't had the pleasure of the trail ride experience. So, as a city boy coming into the country, now I know about the country a little bit, but I don't know about deep country. You know what I mean? The SIP area. So,
yeah.
What would you tell me is going to be the ultimate experience that I would see? And I understand about, I ride motorcycles, everything like that.
Okay.
I ain't never rode a horse, but I rode a camel and an elephant. So I'm looking forward to try to ride a horse for the first time. So with what's going on, what is the blazing thing about trail riding? I understand I heard in the background, the fun side of the music out as opposed to how the original blues was talking about the sad times or hard times and this and that. Trail riding is more of the happy up tempo beat. If I'm getting it correctly.
Right.
So for me to come through, I want you to knowledge me on that of the trail ride experience from the Mississippi side of it all.
One of the most impressive things that you're probably gonna pick up on is seeing 5,000 to 10,000 people all out in this big open space and all dancing in unison. Because in the trail ride community, the field parties, they have a line dance or a synchronized dance to almost every song played throughout the night. So to see 10,000 people, it's kind of like the Cupid Shuffle on steroids.
Right.
So that's one of the biggest, when you walk up and you stand on that stage and you look at this sea of people, and everybody is together. Everybody is, having fun. They're just engaged. That's the biggest thing I can say about the trail ride community across the board. It is a family situation. If you're eating, I'm eating. If I'm eating, you're eating. If you're drinking, it's just It's like a big old family reunion on steroids. So the most impressive thing is just to see how the people interact together. And when I first got into it, I was out, I want to say in Tyler, Texas, and there was about 10,000 people, man, and
Wow.
everybody was moving together, no drama. It was just a wonderful feeling. I say it right then and there. I said, I really want to be a part of this community. And my songs were already dictated and I was already making songs for that community before I even became a part of that community.
Okay, so it's like a Woodstock joint. You know what I mean? If you get a whole bunch of, I'm even trying to picture it, man. Because where can all those people? See, that's a lot of land to cover all them people.
Baby, we down here, baby. Look, he ain't got nothing but land. Y'all in the studio, I'm outdoors. We do the land thing, baby.
All right.
Do the land things. We don't have no problem with land. Hey, we got 99 problems and land ain't one. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's what it is, man. And it's an amazing thing. And I challenge you guys anytime that we have anything, man, come on down. And I guarantee, I bet $1 million to a wooden nickel that it won't be your last time.
All right. That's what's
Now
up.
with the trail ride shows, they're outside and 5 to 10,000 people. It's like being in an arena of Suffer Outdoors. Is that the experience that with trail ride?
Let me paint you a better picture of it. If Woodstock and Freaknik had a baby,
Oh damn!
it would be the trail ride yard party.
Not
So that's kind of, yeah, it's absolutely, it's a free experience. And I'm not so much leaning on the freaky side of it. It's just if you ever, I went to Freaknik. I went to
I did.
all of them.
Like
I went
Black
to
Beach.
all of them.
Like Black
Yeah.
Beach. Yeah.
Yeah. To see those amount of people just interacting, people from everywhere. It's not just people from the South that's at these trail rides. People are from wherever. People travel. This ain't no spectator sport, and it ain't a cheap sport. So, people are pulling $100,000 trucks. They've got $70,000, $80,000 worth of bikes on these $30,000 trailers. So people are coming from all over the same way. I don't even know if you're watching the new episodes of BMF, how them Detroit boys, from the D, came all the way down to Atlanta pulling them trailers. I was there at the hotel seeing them guys having them 18-wheelers pulling 10 and 15 cars, coming all the way from Detroit to Atlanta. So it's in that same spirit. People are traveling. People are looking at this. They want to experience it. So that's kind of how that plays out.
Now, when a trail ride artist is played, like, is it played on like GNL? What's the other blues station down there, or any other blues Southern soul station? How is it received, far as like radio?
It's received great because when you go to a trail ride, that's not necessarily it's trail. And I want to say it correctly. There's not a particular trail ride music because when you go to the trail ride, they're gonna play everything from the Cupid Shuffle to, in some cases, Stand By Your Man by Tammy Wynette.
Yeah.
So there's not just a formula to make trail ride music. The trail ride music is just the music that they will play. And like I say, everything that they play, they make a dance to. So you can move, whether it's fast or slow. You take songs like Knee Deep is super popular by
Jay Moore.
Jay Marv. It's super popular with the trail ride community, but they're not trail ride artists. Everything King George is super popular. The Cupid Shuffle is super popular, and they're not quote unquote trail ride artists. You don't see them wearing a cowboy hat, a boot, or anything, but it's just the trail ride community is the backbone of the festive time. So whatever is festive, whether it's fast, slow, or mid, it's played at the trail ride. So it's just not a particular sound.
Now, when it comes down to your music, you have a couple of collaborations, and you work with the GOAT. How was that experience working with Omar Cunningham?
It's like working with your partner. Me and Omar are friends. So we've done several things. we talk every day because we're the early birds. We don't, we get up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Very few people to talk to at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we're always talking about it. So when we start collaborating, it was just we just got that kind of Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis type of feel. I may come up with a track, or he may come up with some words. Boots On. It was a track that I had been sitting on it, and actually that song was actually written by him for only me. And we were talking about it. I said, man, you should jump on this record. It was a good feeling record. So that's how that collaboration came to be. The West Love song we did, Put It On Me. He took the lead with that. He was like, man, I really want to do a record. This lady is phenomenal. I want to do a record, but I don't have the track because I'm a producer. So I had this track. Boom, I knew it was gonna fit because I knew she needed, something she could really sing to. So that collaboration happened that way. Same thing with the new Big Poker record. Here come Poker. He was like, man, I'm feeling this kind of swing type situation. So I went in, and 30 minutes later, I was shooting him out the track, and an hour and a half later, he was shooting me the whole song. So it just kind of, Scott and Jordan type of thing. Some people may take the lead on this. I'm hearing this. So it was just, that's how our relationship is. It's just not a musical relationship about us knowing each other so well. When it comes to music, it's easy. Boom. There you go.
Right. So right now we got that song queued up with Big Yayo and Omar. Could you just go ahead and introduce that for me, bro?
Hey, man, this is my partner. They call him the GOAT. They call me the Trail Boss. And if you're doing any kind of freaky things, take my word for it. Keep your boots on while you're doing this new song, the Boots On song. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Omar, what's happening? Listen, me and my old lady got a nice situation, but ain't nothing wrong with changing up every now and then. I got the same kind of situation, man. Ain't never nothing wrong with changing it up, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I went to her with. Listen. I was in my car on 55, thinking about what to do to keep the bedroom live. Okay, now we ain't got no problems. We got love on the heart. But I've been doing some thinking, hey, outside the box. So I brought you these boots, baby. They go good with that denim. I've been thinking about some freaky things that we can do in them. So later on tonight, when it's time to please, meet me in the bedroom, baby. We're nothing but these, baby. Hey, I wanna do some freaky things tonight. Yes, I do. I'ma keep my boots. I'ma keep my boots. It's gonna be your boots. It's gonna be your boots. I told you what I want to show me what you like. I'ma keep my boots. I'ma keep your boots. Hey, what you tell your girl? Don't tell your friend. They wouldn't understand that you was freaking woman. Hey, and I'm a freaking man. And I had been loving you, but now like this, we get freaky 2.0. We do a loving with a little twist. We can do it in the bedroom, or we can do it on the table. I remember in the young days, we used to do it out back in the stable. Loving everywhere, baby, that's your choice. On the trail, right before us, or even on the back of the horse. Yeah, I wanna do some freaky things tonight. I'ma keep my boots, I'ma keep my boots. Your boots, your boots. I told you what I want to show me what you like. I'ma keep my boots, I'ma keep my boots. Your boots, your boots. I wanna do some freaky things tonight. Yes, I do. I'ma keep my boots, I'ma keep my boots. That's what you say. I told you, oh, keep my boots. And that's what I told you what I want to show me what you like. Show me what you like. I'ma keep my boots, I'ma keep my boots. Your boots, your boots. See, yeah, yo, I'm just honest for mine, man. I'm real about mine too. There's a lot of other people out there, they want to keep their boots on too. I keep mine on. I don't know what you're talking about. I stay know, they gonna know after this one, Big Yayo, oh my, let's go. I wanna do some freaky things tonight. I'ma keep my boots on, keep your boots on, your boots on. I told you what I want to show you what you like. I'ma keep my boots on, and you keep your boots on, keep your boots on. I wanna do some freaky things tonight. I'ma keep my boots on, keep my boots on, keep your boots on, keep your boots on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That
Now,
way.
Well, that's how
You
they
was
do
talking
it
about-
in the sip, huh? With the boots on.
keep the yeah, because you might have to run out.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah, you might have to run out. Hey, now you was talking about being a producer. When did you start producing music, and what inspired you to produce music?
Man, I've been doing it a long time. Just kind of growing up, growing up in the South, played some in the church. I wasn't a really good church musician, but my thought patterns were just different. When I got into radio, because I did major market radio here in Mississippi for years. And I just was always doing music, but I never thought my song was good enough because I wasn't one of those musicians that could go in and play somebody else's song note for note. I always had a way of making somebody else's song my stuff. And I always thought that wasn't good enough. I'm like, well, these other musicians, they're able to go in and play whatever note for note, make it sound like the song. I never could. But not knowing that was my gift because that gave me a way of dissecting or doing what they call in Europe mashups. I'm able to take that record and make it this record. So once I started doing it, it was a young lady, legendary. She started as a background singer for the Commodores. Her name is Pat Brown. Her and her husband, Josh Brown, gave me my first real taste of being a producer because they were the first people that actually bought a track from me and paid me good for it back when I was relatively unknown. So they kind of just gave me more and more motivation. So I started working with them. I produced this album, me and a guy named Dave Mack, and we had a monster record off of that album called 13 Days. And this was before the internet and everything. So we had a major record when it was hard to get a major record. So, just from that, I just started to kind of honing in my craft of that yayo sound. I attribute a lot of my sound to people like Roger Troutman. Teddy Riley's like a great unofficial mentor for me, just how he does and how he puts records together, because he can do the up-tempo stuff and then he can do those monster ballad songs. He contributed
Right.
some of the baddest slow jams ever been done, from the Keith Sweat to the Black Street to the Guy, and then he was able to do all the up-tempo Bobby Brown stuff. So, that's kind of where I am. I'm a beast with the fast stuff, but my intimate instrumentals are monster. A lot of people don't realize that, but when it comes to that slow thing, I'm a beast in it.
Now I've watched you work in the studio via TikTok, and I
Mhm.
wanted to get to that when they talk about producing music. What do you find more pleasure is making singing on the records or producing?
Producer.
Producing.
Yeah, producer. Yeah, producing hands down, because uh, I'm not a beat maker, and a lot of people mistake the two. Just because somebody can make a good beat, and that's kind of the as far as they go when it comes to creating. I'm a 360 producer. I mean, from arrangements to creating a physical beat to working with the artist to get the best out of the artist. When you come and get this yayo experience, it's a full-fledged thing. It ain't just, oh, here's a beat, go do what you want to do with it. It's tailor-made. We make designer hits over here. So, that's the difference.
Now, you have a studio where at in Mississippi, so we can
It's
make
in
sure we
Vicks.
plug your studio. It's in
It's
Vicksburg.
in, it's, it's in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The Big Three Studios, baby.
Yeah,
Trey, and Yay. So we do it.
we got to make sure we plug that. So if you're down there in Vicksburg, go ahead and step in there. And if you got some real talent, go ahead and step up and book you a session with 3T. Hey, Big Yayo, you there, brother?
All right, I'm back, man. Everybody, when they see you on Facebook, they wanna call your phone for whatever reason. You seeing me on Facebook?
Yeah. That's why we always tell them if you're gonna use your phone, put it on Do Not Disturb
Yeah,
because
man.
they damn sure gonna call you.
They gonna
Now
blow it up.
they gonna blow it up. Now, what was the first song that you sang that was played on the radio, and how did that make you feel at that moment?
I had a song called "All Right." It was based off the old, well, it was actually based off the old World Class Wrecking Crew. Before you turn off the light, but most people know that particular track better from Master P, the Ice Cream Man,
Right.
and it amazed me because it wasn't anything I was really trying to do. And when it really started to, put my name out there a little bit, it was amazing, man. I remember coming, because where I stay now is about an hour from my hometown. And I was driving down the road, driving down this major stretch, Highway 55. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I
Oh
had to pull over.
yeah. We know what that is down there.
Yeah,
We know what
yeah,
that's
man,
55.
man, man, I had to pull over. I was just like, it was so amazing to hear, you know, people playing you.
Mhm.
So, that was my first feeling to it. It was just like stop the presses and then you're talking to somebody that was a reluctant artist. I really wasn't trying to do. I just was doing stuff because I'm writing all these records. I'm producing all these records for other people, and they're doing well. So I just decided to start turning the gun in on myself, and to have it work. That was
Mhm.
what's so amazing for me because I came from the management side. I came from the business side of this business, and
Right.
I developed a lot of people. I was A&R for a lot of people. A lot of people don't realize I have my hand really deep in this whole movement. I'm a real big behind the scenes guy. So I've had my hands in a lot of situations and nobody ever thought. So the people around here, it's people on the live now, like Dale Simmons. He was there when I was doing one thing and it turned that into being an artist. I always use the example. How well would you have received Suge Knight trying to be an artist, even if he could sing like Luther Vandross? Because you don't know him from that. You know
Right.
him from being management and that. So no matter what his skill set was, when you see somebody one way, it's hard for people to follow you on that other journey. And for the people that knew me that one way to follow me on this other journey, it makes it such a big deal to me because I didn't really think they would, buy into the Big Yayo artist thing, and it's done better than anything I've ever done.
Yep. Now, when it came, like you said, you spoke about working in radio and things of that nature, and we've been having a conversation the last couple of days about how powerful the DJs actually are when it comes down to the artists. Now, when it
Hmm.
comes down to the music that's being played, the actual person that is the power pusher is the program director. Those are the ones who put, what I'm saying, put the songs in rotation, what's going to be played and what's not going to be played. How important is that relationship between the artist and the radio program manager?
That relationship is always going to be an important factor because, regardless, terrestrial radio will always have a place.
Mhm.
Uh, I think post pandemic, because prior to pandemic, everything was one way. But coming out of the pandemic, when people had to change their delivery systems, there became so many people that took advantage of these mediums like you have right now.
Mhm.
When you couldn't go out, you created your own radio station
Right.
and your people locked in with you, and it's DJs just sitting on Facebook and TikTok. That's where everything is happening at now. Not taking anything away from terrestrial radio, but it's a new sheriff in town. So it's always good to have a relationship 360 with everybody. Everybody's important because if it wasn't, the majors wouldn't spend the type of money on marketing to terrestrial radio like they do. So that lets you know that there's still, a place for it, but not to discourage those people that are out here getting out the mud, creating their own platforms to be their own program directors. So, shout out to program directors and program directors, if you get my point. So
Right.
yeah.
Hey, okay, we got another one of Big Yayo songs queued up. Which one you have for him?
That would be I'm Your Man.
Hey
All
now,
right.
ladies. Talk to the ladies
Ladies,
now. Ladies.
ladies.
The lovely ladies.
Hey, right now, ladies, we have I'm Your Man by Big
Hey now.
Yayo.
Let's go.
Let's
Written
get it.
from from a New York City point of view. Nah, I'm just playing.
Stop it.
Oh no, man.
Stop it.
I want to talk to you. And ladies, when you get frustrated, cause your man ain't doing you right, guess what? I'm your man. I've been hearing women complain about how they man just don't get it. They just don't get it. Every time they wanna do some freaky things, they just ain't with it. Women have fantasies they wanna try. They wanna do it with you. But if you won't let them take a walk on the wild side, the other man will too. And I'm that other man. If you need someone to be freaky, baby, yes, I'm your man. I can give it all to you, do the things you refuse to do. Yes, baby, yes, I can. Let's go. We're all sensitive people, so sensitive. Yeah, understand that sugar. Every woman got a little freak in her. And you got some freak in it. You. Let your woman be freaky in the bedroom. It's another man will have to come through. You don't want that. If you need someone to be freaky, baby, yes, I'm your man. I can give it all to you, do the things you refuse to do. Yes, baby, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I've been hearing women complain about how they man just don't get it. Every time they wanna do some freaky things, they just ain't with it. That's right. Women have fantasies they wanna try. They wanna do it with you. But if you won't let them take a walk on the wild side, the other man will do. And I'm that other man. If you need someone to be freaky, baby, yes, I'm your man. Yes, I'm your man. I can give it all to you, do the things you refuse to do. Yes, I can. Baby, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Baby, yes, I can. If you need someone to be freaky, baby, man. I can give it all to you, do the things we refuse to do. Yes, I can. Baby, yes, I can.
Ladies.
Ladies.
Ladies, you heard it. The New York version of I'm Your Man.
Stop it.
Man. Man.
He gonna try all night.
He gonna try all night.
You know what? Yayo, watch this. I got something for you. I'm gonna do it later on, and I'm gonna send it to you. I got something just for that one right there.
Do that for me, man. Do that for me, man.
Yeah, he gonna blend that. He gonna blend that right there. He's try to put a little spin on it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. Let's put it out. That's what I'm talking about. Let's spin this thing. Let's go. Let's go, baby. You got the right one tonight, son.
All right. That's what's up.
Now, when it comes down to working with artists, how hard is it to work with artists, you know what I'm saying, when you're producing their music?
Man, I hadn't had any hiccups. I know that's hard to say, but the thing about it, when you're a producer, you kind of set the tone. You it ain't just about you, not at least in my case. I when I'm producing something, I've got a strong sense of the direction I want to go with something, but that's not in any way the final say so, because we started going down one road and ended up on another road that was a better road that had nothing to do with what I was talking about. So in order to be a great leader, you have to be a great follower, and that goes in life. So, you know, if somebody is giving you great direction, great ideas, you know, you crazy not to listen to that, regardless of what your ego is or what you think. Well, I know this and I know that. Sometimes some of the biggest points in a song has been mess up and mistakes. You know, and that, so anytime anybody does something weird or crazy, I'm like, leave it in there for a minute. Let's keep going. Let's see how that manifests itself later on. One of the biggest ones, when me and J1 were doing the Cowgirl record, and we were just in there goofing off, and he was doing that baby, that James Brown stuff, because that movie had just got shot down here, just a whole bunch of stuff. And he was like, oh, we just goofing around. But you know, I always tell him about engineer, hit the record. You know what I'm saying? Record. So when we went out and took a break and came back in, and we had put that in the record, he was like, that works. You know, so just never know. Being a creator, and I know you guys understand this, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. There's no blueprint for this. So, you know, like James Brown said, does it feel good? Is it a drum? Hey, that's what it is, baby. That's all it is. So I don't have problems when I'm producing or co-writing or doing anything with anybody, because I'm an open book. We just want the best product.
Now, I'm glad you spoke about writing, because I was going to ask you, how much of your music do you actually write yourself, or do you have help writing your music?
Yeah, I take ideas from all over. Omar wrote, you know, a lot of stuff for me. I've wrote a lot of stuff for me. Most times with my records, how the process starts, I'll kind of have the idea. Then I may go on and do the track. And if I'm getting somebody to write, I'm saying like, hey, look, I want the hook like this. It's saying this, and they'll go in and kind of fill in the blanks with it. A lot of the stuff, you know, Cowgirl I wrote. Omar did I'm Your Man, Boots On, Bedroom Rodeo, a couple other songs. So I do about 50% writing, because I open myself up to be written for. I just had a call from Johnny Taylor's grandson, Calvin Taylor, out in Texas. He's got a couple of songs. Me and Magic One, we're going into the studio Monday to do a record that I produced, and he kind of did his magic thing to it. So I'm always open. So I'll say about 50-50. You know, a lot of artists aren't open to be written for, but I am.
Now, when it comes down to the music, that are you particular about certain songs or the way you want your songs to be?
Yeah, I am. I'm because it sounds crazy. I'm sure musicians, anybody that leans toward the right brain stuff, the artistic, you hear it a certain way, and when it's not to that caliber or to that degree, it doesn't sound right. It's like, you know, fingernails on a chalkboard. It just fundamentally sounds wrong to you. It's been times I'm like, you don't hear that? You don't hear that high part in that song? And they were like, no, yeah, I don't hear it. But I couldn't go through with it without putting what you hear, because once you hear it back, you're like, oh, that's wrong. So yeah, I think
What
everybody's very particular.
what will you not work with when it comes to, or what will you not have when it comes to articulating your sound and music?
Hmm. That's a unique question because I have not ran into that yet.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm a firm believer in spirituality.
Mhm.
What I won't have is a bad session. I won't have a aggravated situation or a bad energy. If you're not, if you're not resident on that on a high vibration, that's what I won't have. That'll be like it's dead for me because I'm an energetic person. I definitely try to put off the best energy I can in every situation. So low vibrating energy in, because to me it's like putting a spirit into the music. So you're putting
Mhm.
that low vibration into that music when you're creating. So ain't no drum in the studio with me. We ain't laughing and joking and hee hee ha ha. It's a wrap for me because
Right.
that's the energy I want in my music, because that's what people get from my music. So that's what I won't have is low vibrations in the creation
All right.
process.
That's
Now
what's up.
when now when you're working, like you said, working with individuals, can you like detect that transfer of energy? Like, is it because I like I said, I've watched you inside the studio. Peace. I watched you inside the studio, and I watch how you bounce your energy back and forth with whomever's there with you. Is there certain artists that you can't work with? Not to say no names, whatever the case may be, but is there certain artists that you can't work with because
No,
of
I
that
think
type of energy?
no, I think I'm the guy that can work with everybody. Not just saying it. I'm thinking because it's important to me to figure out why you have such a low vibration. I will take the time to sit down and talk about it. It could have nothing to do with what we got going on. You get into it with your girl or your guy, or anything. Your baby sick. Anything could happen to create, you know, that low vibration. So I'm the one guy that's going to, hey, stop all that. Turn the cameras off. Hey, what's really going on? Let's. And I've had to do that several times with several people. Man. Oh man. And sometimes somebody just need to be talked to. In this business, people don't consider people to be real people. I don't know what they
Right.
consider people to be, but you're some superhero. What we see on TV and on the radio, we take the human factor out of it, and I never take the human factor out of anything that I'm doing. So if I got to stop the session to find out, because a lot of times what's creating the vibration is something so minute, just need to be addressed. And we get back in there, and it goes through the roof because somebody took the time to hear what was going on. So I'm the guy that think I can work with anybody, to be honest.
Now, you've been in the game for a while. Who is was the most influential in your life when it came down to the music?
And I know everybody says it. I would say two people that really had something to do with the music, but really nothing to do with the music. My mother was, because she was always so supportive. She always just anything I want from a little kid. I've always, and if you're a producer, you always want toys. You always
Right.
want keyboards, drum sets, all that stuff. She never wavered when it came to that, because she would much rather me being over at the church practicing playing the drums than being out in the street. I'm hoping that was the math behind it.
Right.
So she was always one of my superheroes, because when it came to that, she never told me no. Now she didn't always believe that, oh, because every mom and dad wants you to be a lawyer, doctor, police, fireman, whatever. Never, quote unquote, that DJ, that person. Oh, I'm going to write songs. That just don't register. But with them believing, and the first time somebody came to her and said, look, I really like your son's music, that did it for her. You could just see the light bulb going on with her. So that made the difference from what she was supporting to see her sweat equity come out in it. And the other person was my high school band director. He was the first person that kind of set me down and showed me how to listen to the radio, because that was my job in the band. Listen to the radio, whatever the most popular song was, to transpose it and write it for the band. So I was a guy that was write simple songs like Push It and, Brass Monkey for the band for us to play in the stand. But that gave me a sense of production. He was always, well, let's form a stage band. Let's do this. And to this day, he and I are very good friends on Facebook. Every day he's sending me something, and his name is Robert Johnson. No relation to the man that met everybody at the crossroads. But this is, so don't get it twisted. Like, oh, this would have made a deal with the devil. So, no, not that one.
Not that Robert Johnson.
Not that Robert Johnson, but he was very influential. And every time I get a chance, I try to let him know, because we come from a very, very impoverished area. Right now, we don't have a red light in my whole county. That's how small my hometown community is. So coming from that to this, those are the two people that that really gave me that push and said, you can do it, and kind of showed me how.
Does that keep you grounded and humble, knowing about, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I don't know anything. I have never left my Holmes County mentality, because there's no rhyme and reason why I should be experiencing the success that I'm experiencing right now. We come from a school system that had to get taken over by the state. We come from, we're in the mouth of the Mississippi Delta. So every time you see somebody, it's just an impoverished, it's a great area. I wouldn't have had it any other way, but the opportunities were not there when I was physically growing up there, and they are not there now. So for somebody, this is a real rose growing out the concrete type of story, because there's no reason I should be at the party.
Now, you touched on that. Being in Mississippi, like counties like Montgomery County, Carroll County, Holmes County, places like that, where you're talking about very small towns like Kilmichael, Winona, Mississippi, Vaden, Durant, where they don't have traffic lights, or they don't have law enforcement. Like law enforcement might be one or two individuals to give you that Mayberry type of vibe. Do you feel that that's what pushes a lot of individuals that start out singing or singing in Mississippi, the energy or push them to want to be successful for coming from areas like that?
Yeah, because the thing about it, man, when you come from nothing, and I'm not, everybody says that, and I know everybody's story is different, because your nothing doesn't equate to my nothing. But when I'm telling you, when you're talking about where we come from, man, perfect point. You brought up a perfect point. For 6 months, not the past 6 months, it's been 8 months, but for the previous 6 months before that, my hometown of Goodman didn't have a police force. Who do you know doesn't have a police force in the world?
Right.
Not one police on duty. Not a policeman. So knowing things like that, when you get an opportunity, when somebody cracks open that door even a little bit, you're going full Hulk smash through the door. It's just not an option. So we take our opportunities different. We take our relationships different. We don't feel like, oh, it's owed to us. Most of the time, and the crazy thing about it, most of the people that I know that came from those impoverished areas are doing exceptionally well. I mean, architects, builders, a lot of stuff. If you went back and just per capita looked at the people and the success rate from where I come from, it's through the roof. Because that that lack of created a grind that won't stop.
Now that's something that I think about a lot of times. I remember, being sent from New York to go stay in Mississippi, and
Culture shock.
very much so, very much so. But to have the experience of saying like, at that time, the city police only came out like 3 times a day. That was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
Yep.
it was a free fall for a lot of stuff. That was a culture shock.
Yep.
But one thing I learned about being in those type areas is the moral and value system is totally different. Whereas there's a lot of respect is going to be given. If not, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So families used to go to the supermarket together. You didn't just go to the store by yourself. The whole family traveled together. You didn't just go to Fred Dollar Store. You didn't just go to Super Value and all these Piggly Wigglies by yourself, or
Yep.
even the Double Quicks.
Yep.
So everything was family oriented. So that's one thing that I always think about when we talk about Mississippi. That the value system is totally different there than a lot of places. That's why I love it, and I always big it up. Now we're going to jump into this trail ride song that you have. What was the inspiration behind that?
Which song are we talking about?
I think the one Cowgirl.
Craziest thing in the world. Cowgirl has a unique story. I went out. Um, I went out to the first ZBT Award, Zydeco Blues and Trail Riding Award in Houston, Texas. Shout out to um, all my people, Tamisha, Cav, and
Yeah.
everybody does it. I went out there, J1 and I. And this is before I was doing Yayo. I was managing J1. So we went out there and did the first ZBT Award. I was not privy to trail ride and Zydeco music, but see, Houston got hit with Zydeco because of the Katrina. When everybody
Right.
moved out of New Orleans, they took that culture wherever they landed, and it ended up getting really, really big out there. And I didn't know anything about it. When I went out there, we went to this club, and I can't remember the name of the club, but it was a major club. And the DJ, he was in there. Older people dressed up, younger people dressed up. And it's the first time I saw 500 black people dancing to stuff like Stand By Your Man. I mean, they were literally playing real Grand Ole Opry country music amongst all these. Of course, they were playing everything else, but that was like, I'm real big on equality and unity. And just to see that, we're like, what is this? I went to the DJ. The funniest thing about it, when I went to the DJ, I was talking to him, and I'm a DJ, and I noticed his mixing board and his EQs. He had everything he had on the bass end on the EQ pushed up because those songs weren't cut with any kind of bass in them. So to make them hit right in the club, he had to push up all his mids and subs. And I know you guys are DJ, you know what I mean? But that just showed me like, wow, this is a whole other culture. And that's when I really started. I came back, and my engineer, we were working on. Matter of fact, the first song I cut, the next song I cut other than All Right was the song She Thinks I Still Care. I rewrote that. She thinks I still care. And I rewrote that. And he had a picture of his friend on his Facebook. And she was, if you go back and look, on anywhere, Instagram or iTunes, the picture on that cover of Cowgirl is the actual picture of his friend from Canton, Mississippi. She was sitting on a bale of hay, and she was a nice looking young lady. I was like, I need a cowgirl. And it just, from that picture, the same picture. So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, just go and pull up Cowgirl on YouTube. I mean, YouTube and anywhere you can buy it. pull it up and you'll see the picture, and the song just came from there. I mean, instantly came from there. So it was just a fun song. We laid it down. Me and the girl named T Baby. That's who you hear saying "Cowgirl Baby." And I actually was gonna sell that song. I was gonna sell that song to Charles Wilson. And T Baby begged me, do not sell this song. This is a major record. And I really didn't see it then. But we didn't sell it. I ended up getting J1 on the record, and the rest is history. That was my first breakout record. It was really the first record that put Yayo on the map as far as, you know, being in the music game. So that's what made that. It came from a picture, short answer.
Okay. Hey, okay, let's lock and load.
You got that one.
And this ain't the New York version.
You got you got
This ain't the New York version.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Cowgirl.
All you trail riders, back again. Big Yayo, J1, T Baby. Saddle up.
I need a cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl. She got a cowboy boots and tight-legged jeans on. No, she's the truth and ready to get a train, ready to ride. Ooh, she's ready to ride. She got the cowgirl hat with the belt and mat, gripping on that rope. She's such a class that she's ready to ride. Oh, she's ready to ride. I need a cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl. Give me a cowgirl, a girl that can ride that horse. Yeah, I need a cowgirl, a girl that knows what she's doing. And when she saddle up, she lock them legs and hold on tight. She put her head down, 'cause you know it's about to be right. Get on the cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl. I need a cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl. Now get on up.
How low can you go? Can you get down low?
I got the feeling.
How low can you go?
Hey, now baby, baby, I got the feeling.
How low can you go?
Baby, baby, I got the.
How low can you go? How low can you go?
I got the feeling. Baby, baby, I got the feeling.
How low can you go?
Baby, baby, I got the feeling.
How low can you go?
Now baby, baby, I got the feeling.
How low can you go? Let's go.
Baby, 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 baby. I need a cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl. I need a cowgirl, someone I can play with, stay with, and roll in the hay with. Cowgirl, I'm looking for a cowgirl.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Cowgirl by my boy,
Yes.
Big Yayo in the building.
Yes, sir.
The New York remix. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't believe that.
Don't believe the hype.
Shout out to Mr. World Famous up in the building here.
Yeah.
What's going on, Lacreen Dior? What's happening? What's happening? Boy, natural peace, God. Peace.
Yeah,
Yes.
peace.
Spoon with a spoon. Yes. Everybody's up in the building.
Everybody's in the building.
Simmons, yes.
I want to. I know we coming close to the end of the show, but I want to make sure that we at least get that last song in, and also where the people can find your music at, Big Yayo, and where you'll be seeing that.
The easiest way to catch up with me is through the website, because all the social sites today is www.thebigyayo, that's BIGYAYO.com. All the social sites are there. We do a lot of free giveaways there, music, merch. We have a pretty big merch department. Join the mailing list, and we just randomly pick people off the mailing list. Just send them stuff. This, is appreciation for just fooling with your old country kin. We're all over right now. We're doing what we call the Big Ride Tour, and we're like we're booked solid to September. So I'll be out there 2 or 3 days a week, everywhere. We're headed out to Dallas, Texas. After coming back from Dallas, we got some engagements in Alabama. Then we take this whole Southern Soul trail riding thing to Jamaica. We're going over to the same resort that they filmed the not Love and Hip Hop, but the Atlanta Housewives at. So we're doing a big show over there. So just moving around, man. The whole world wants to kind of see what these country boys are talking about. Finally.
You got any like books in the works, man, about your history?
I've been approached a couple of times about some books. And it's a really big story. Once people see how intertwined I am in a lot of this culture, I think it'll be interesting. But right now, man, we're so busy just kind of feeding the people, making sure that that the music is out there. I'm working on the new album, Trail Boss, and it's gonna be different. But everything I've ever done is different. It's just not that simple stuff. So it's going to be a little bit different. I'm working with some great people. I'm working with a lot of my same people. So just be on the lookout for Trail Boss. That's going to kind of paint the picture for 23. We're really taking it to the field in 23. This is going to be not so much as the bluesy type stuff. It's going to be the active stuff, man. The party stuff, to get you moving and grooving, giving you a instant seat warmer when you're riding by yourself because you move your booty so much. So, that's what we're working on right now. Books maybe, but not right now.
All right.
Now, there's a comment. K-Wise is the true blue man. That's a joke. He's always wanted.
That's not what that says.
The true blue man?
No, that blue. Other way they comment on what I got on the blue.
Blue. I'm about to say, boy, I know. He got an issue with the Mississippi boys.
Man,
ain't no sense in it. Ain't no sense in it. Come on down. The water is fine.
I'm coming through. Trust me, I'm coming through.
I get you down here one weekend. You are not gonna want to let it go, brother. I promise you.
I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Whenever you get ready, you come down. You're gonna jump in these trucks standing about a New York block high, looking low. Oh man, you ain't gonna be able to get over that, man. You're not gonna be able. When y'all do all day taxi. You're not gonna be able to get over this, man. I'm trying to put you in something, baby.
Let him go mudding a little bit.
Oh man, hey, remember that dude on what's it called? Hey, let me talk to your mama. Yeah. It's over with. It's over with. I promise you that. I promise you. When we clap our hands, I promise you, boo boo, on everything I love.
Definitely. But I think we got that one last song left, right, Kay?
Yeah, absolutely. Bedroom Rodeo.
Bedroom Rodeo.
Yeah, that's another one, man. That's another one for the ladies, man. Just big up in the ladies, man. Ladies, lovely ladies.
Let's get it in. Let's get in it right here on the Real 360 show, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Hey, baby, you've been working hard all week. You're a hard-working woman. Sit back and relax your feet. Baby, later on tonight, I'm gonna take you on a ride. Baby, just grab a hold. I'll love you from the bed down to the floor. And you're going round and round like a bedroom rodeo. You ain't seen nothing like this before. You can come back if you want some more. And you're going round and round like a bedroom rodeo. Take my time, baby, and do this right. Just give me a few hours. You can sleep the rest of the night. Make everything be alright. Settle up now, girl, it's last one. Baby, just grab a hold. From the big down to the party, going round and round like a bedroom rodeo. You ain't seen nothing like this before. Nothing like this. And you want some more. You can come back. Have you going round and round like a bedroom rodeo. Baby, just grab a hold. Baby, just grab on to the phone. I'm a little man, baby, going round and round like a bedroom rodeo. Baby, we'll see nothing like this before. You ain't never seen it. You want some mess in your life. Baby, going round and round like a bedroom rodeo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of them movers and groovers.
Yes, sir.
Belly rubbers, one of them belly rubbers. Shout out to Lady
Yes,
Miss Mama
sir.
Robinson. Appreciate you.
But ladies and gentlemen, that was Bedroom. Now we have to close the show because we done went over a little more than what we supposed to. But we want to thank you for coming on, Big Yayo.
Absolutely.
It's been an
Thank
honor and a
y'all,
privilege
brother.
to have you, man.
Yes.
And we'd love to bring you back whenever you're ready to come back. All
Wow,
right.
man, the honor's all mine, man, for you brothers to reach out, man, and share your platform with the hundreds and thousands of followers you guys have, man.
Hey,
I'm touched, brothers.
my thing is this here. I got to show love to the SIP. You know,
Hey,
I got to.
you got to do
you know.
it. It's in the paperwork.
It's in the
You know,
paperwork.
it's
you
in
know.
the paperwork, baby. You have to do it. See, they
Have
ain't got
to
no
show
color
love.
like that. They don't do that in New York. New York City.
You know what I'm
I gotta
saying?
come down there and hit some of that Mississippi shine. That's what I want.
Boy, I swear to God, you get.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Real to Real 360. Big bro, take us out of here.
Yes, sir. As always, bro. We always like to give our brothers and sisters, man, they flowers they just do while you yet live. You know what I mean? So Big Yayo, our brother, we salute you And thank you for coming on the show. And listen, you don't have a home away from home. You got a home right here on the Real2reel360 show on the New York side. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado,
He gonna do it all night. He gonna do it all night.
This is how we do it. Yeah. No, but anytime, bro, that we can help out and be assistance to you in any shape, way, form, or fashion, man, don't hesitate to call on us, man. We'll do what we can do. That's how we do right here. It's all about love. It's all about respect. Make sure you tune in, lock us in on Discover TV, y'all. You don't want to miss it. All right. And you can follow us right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, support what the movement is for Real2reel360, because we bringing you the best of the best and all the content in itself. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody. Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation of gods and earths. To all human families of the planet Earth, we give you love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I'm going to hold y'all in the background while we dismiss. Yayo, give us about 2 more minutes in the background, and we're going to wrap this up, all right? John, is there anything else you need to say? You on mute. You on mute.
Make sure y'all tune in for Lady Red Top tomorrow night. That's going to be a blast. We got Trail Ride all week, baby. And King Fred on Friday. Now, that's the realest. That's the realest in Southern Soul. You feel me? Shout out to King Fred. Shout out to Lady Red Top. And shout out to our brother, Big Yayo, man.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earths. To all the human families on the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out and love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real2reel360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow, to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you upon our show. You make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it just the way I